Hello students, Restrictor here again, John Mendiola with another screencast, this one in Premiere, and what I want to do is create a little short intro. It's really simple, so it's just me turning around against the green screen, and then it's, below it's going to be this background here. And then what I want to have happen is that when I get to here, I'm turned around, I want to freeze there and go like that, but I actually want to use this as a separate image, not just a time remap. Like you've seen in previous screencasts, we use it as a separate image and kind of manipulated scale and things like that, and have some text appear over here. So, I got here, and right before it goes away, there we go. What I want to do is go to File, Export Media, and I see this in the ping, the green there, that's fine. I can select ping from my format options, and where's output name, I'm going to click on this because I don't want it to be called sequence 1, that's not very helpful. I'll just call this man.ping for now. Save it in the folder, yes, replace it, and hit export, and yes. And it'll create a freeze frame of this. So now I'm in here, just go to File, Import, and I'll grab man.ping, which looks just like that, which is good. See how this matches this very well. Hit open, and there is man. I can actually just take man and bring him down to here and trim it to just be about 8 seconds, which I want this to be. So as it's going, it's going, it's going, and after its turn, it's frozen because really it's a separate still image. Now this, I just want to turn this Ultra key on, and this I also want the Ultra key. So I'll just bring it to here, and there we go. And that should be fine. I'm not going to worry about all the specific key and settings. This will be fine for now. So there he goes like that, and what I want to do is go to use this button right here, which is go to the previous edit point. So now he's right there at the very beginning of that frame, and I want to do a simple scale. So he's at 100% there, and then at the very end, I want him to be just before the end. A little bit more than 100%. I want to be like that, so he grows a little bit. And maybe also his position is less. Let's just say like that. And at the beginning, I want his position to be back to where he was, like that. So, in other words, it's going here, it's cool, and then when it gets to the still image, it's going to grow and kind of move down a little bit. So that's cool, and now on this third track, which I can rename, I can right-click and rename it, I can call this my text, and I leave it, I can rename this as footage, that's fine, and this one I can rename as background. There we go, so now I'm just going to use my titling tool, so I'll just go to title, new title, default still. I'm just going to call this Mr. Man. Hit OK, and in here I will, first thing I do before I even start this, I'm just going to bring Mr. Man onto the timeline on that track. So he only appears when the still image is going on. So now what I can do is type, and this will say Mr. Man. I don't like that font. Choose this font, which is a little bit easier to read. There we go. I can even make it right align, and then move it right there. What's nice, well, when it's already on the timeline, I can see how it's positioned right there. And so even as this grows, I can see that still plenty of room for the title, Mr. Man. So that's how I'm going to do that. Now it's nice if I'm going to render this out, so I'll pause and render that out so we can see it playback smoothly. That was rendered out, and so now this should be able to play just fine right now. Just turn it around, that footage is like that, that's fine, and then it goes to the still image, which is moving, enlarging, and the Mr. Man title is back there. That's great. It's a little slow, so what we're going to do in the next video is we're going to take this sequence, which we don't have to call it sequence 1, because I have many sequences in a project, this won't be very helpful. So I can just go on sequence 1 by double-clicking it, and I'm going to call it intro. There we go. So I can see right there it updates it automatically, intro. So this whole sequence is called intro. So the next thing we're going to do is take this sequence and put it into another sequence and use it as our main sequence. And you can start to see how you can have many things going on in one sequence, called nesting. So stay tuned.